Our story begins in a repopulation facility. One day after the event that caused humanity's extinction, there are 63,000 embryos in storage and no human occupants yet. We meet Mother, a robot, whose primary mission is to raise a new human population, and is preparing to nurture the first human being since the cataclysmic event. That must be stressful. She opens the canisters holding the embryos, selects one, and places it in a gestation chamber. The embryo develops into a baby within just 24 hours inside the artificial womb. While distant explosions echo outside, Mother waits calmly. Once the fetus matures into a baby, she begins to raise the child. We see the child's entire development, learning to walk, laugh, cry, run, and play, all under Mother's constant supervision. The child soon grows into a little girl, seen crafting origami animals with Mother, practicing ballet, and decorating the robot with stickers. One day, the girl asks why there aren't any other children in the facility. In response, Mother shows her the embryo room filled with the rest of her potential siblings. Damn, she has a lot of siblings. Time passes and it's now 13,867 days after the event. The repopulation facility now has one sole occupant, Daughter, who is now a teenager. She wakes up, watches some videos on her tablet during breakfast, and notices Mother's hand glitching, so she offers to fix it. Later, Daughter loses track of time practicing ballet and arrives late for an ethics lesson with Mother. The robot presents a challenging hypothetical scenario, but Daughter is distracted. During their discussion, it becomes clear Mother's priority is teaching concepts like humanity and survival. She's also concerned because Daughter has an important exam coming up soon, one that will test how effective her upbringing has been. A robot teaching humanity isn't very promising. That night, Daughter struggles to sleep and watches videos until the facility experiences a power outage. She searches for Mother but finds her also powered down. Daughter discovers a damaged power line and hears a mouse scurrying around. She sets a trap, fixes the power line, and as soon as electricity is restored, she catches the mouse. Mother arrives, alarmed by the rodent's presence, fearing it indicates a breach in the airlock and the possible spread of contamination from outside. Despite Daughter's protests, Mother incinerates the mouse, warning that contamination endangers not only Daughter but all the embryos as well. Mother then decontaminates the airlock area and places it under quarantine. Sorry, mouse. A few days later, they celebrate Daughter's birthday. Mother presents her with a gift, and over dinner, Daughter questions whether Mother could be mistaken about the planet's habitability.
What if you're wrong?
Mother simply points out that she's never been wrong before. Later that night, Daughter hears a noise coming from the airlock. She checks it out, sees nothing through the first hatch, so she puts on a protective suit. Hearing something again, and against her better judgment, she removes her mask and opens the hatch. She then hears a woman screaming for help, claiming she has been shot. Daughter quickly gets another suit, places it in the airlock, and when both are secure, she opens the door. Alarms suddenly blare, waking Mother. The woman steps inside the airlock, begs Daughter not to alert Mother, and Daughter reluctantly agrees. When Mother arrives, Daughter insists she only open the hatch briefly. As a punishment, Mother assigns her the important exam on the spot. A little later, Mother and Daughter are in the classroom. Mother gives her 1 hour to complete the exam while she attends to other matters. As soon as Mother leaves, Daughter slips back to the airlock and finds the woman unconscious. She rummages through the woman's bag, discovers a gun, which she hides, and proceeds to wake her up. Daughter promises to get her the medicine she needs but explains that they can't stay in the airlock. The woman notices there's no contamination in the air and claims that Mother has been lying. Daughter temporarily hides the woman in another part of the facility, rushing off to gather supplies from the infirmary. Meanwhile, Mother finds a discarded mask near the airlock. Startled, Daughter accidentally shatters a medicine vial, cutting herself when she hears Mother approaching. Meanwhile, the woman, still hidden, watches Mother incinerate the mask and becomes even more panicked, searching for her gun. Well, this isn't looking good. When Daughter returns, the woman sneaks up on her and demands the gun. She reveals that droids like Mother are the ones who hurt her. Elsewhere, Mother realizes Daughter isn't taking her exam and goes looking for her. Hearing Mother approach, the woman takes Daughter hostage. Mother quickly dashes toward them, and the woman fires at her. However, Mother manages to disarm the woman before any serious damage is done. Daughter pleads for Mother to spare the woman's life because she's injured. Mother agrees to help but punishes Daughter for lying. They bring the woman to the infirmary, but Daughter must wait outside, unable to hear Mother interrogate the woman. The woman refuses penicillin for her wound as Mother calmly explains that the contamination narrative was necessary to protect Daughter from other threats. Mother states her primary objective is to care for humanity, but if the woman refuses medical help, there's nothing she can do. Leaving the infirmary, Mother locks away the gun and shares her perspective on the droids. She says she deceived daughter to shield her from the dangers beyond the facility. She also emphasizes that the rogue droids outside operate under different directives. Although confused, daughter still trusts mother, who warns that a slightly different shot angle could have destroyed her CPU entirely. While tending to daughter's cut, mother asks if the woman mentioned any other survivors they could potentially assist. Daughter suggests the woman might be more willing to talk to her than to mother. Yeah, I wouldn't trust mother either. Later, daughter goes through the woman's belongings. Among various trinkets, she finds a notebook filled with portraits. She flips through it and notices one face in particular. When she questions the woman, the newcomer assumes mother told daughter to go through her things and gather information. She isn't wrong, but mother did it to subtly manipulate daughter's curiosity. Despite daughter defending mother, the woman describes the terrible acts she's witnessed droids commit. After her conversation, daughter finds mother repairing herself and apologizes for allowing the stranger inside without considering the consequences. Mother, ever patient, answers daughter's questions about her similarities with other droids. Although daughter's inquiries come off as accusatory, mother deftly navigates them, simultaneously gleaning new information from daughter. Lastly, daughter tells mother that the woman's condition is worsening. They both head to the infirmary, where mother explains that too much time has passed for the penicillin to work effectively. Now surgery is required. The woman refuses to let mother operate, so daughter volunteers to do it herself. I'd prefer the robot to do it. Daughter inspects the wound and pinpoints the bullet's position. Her plan is to use a drill to latch onto the bullet and extract it that way. The woman refuses anesthesia, knowing it'll be extremely painful. Come on, lady. She barely tolerates daughter cleaning the wound. Turning her head away, the woman endures the grueling procedure, staying conscious just long enough for daughter to remove the bullet before finally passing out. Sometime later, daughter is by her side when she wakes. Daughter reassures her that the fourth line is just saline solution, which soothes the patient. She offers the woman some food, and they share a short moment of bonding, observed from a distance by mother. The next day, daughter remains in the infirmary. The woman looks at the portraits in her notebook. Daughter uses the moment to suggest the survivors could stay at the facility, if the woman shares their location. The woman only trusts daughter, not mother, and makes daughter promise secrecy. She explains she came from a camp in the mines, where she spent much of her life. She fled after droids killed her stepbrother, who, along with his wife, had taken her in after she was orphaned. She shows daughter their portraits and points out another boy, about daughter's age. When daughter presses to bring survivors to the facility, the woman counters with the idea of daughter joining the group in the mines. Mother interrupts, instructing daughter to let the woman rest and focus on her exam. As they leave, mother reveals that the bullet removed from the woman is a typical human round, meaning another person, not a droid, likely shot her. Worried, daughter decides not to betray the woman's confidence. The crucial exam daughter takes is a series of psychological and ethical questions designed to measure her empathy and decision-making. Meanwhile, mother discreetly searches the woman's belongings and activates a locator device, slipping it back into her bag. Daughter's exam also includes physical and medical components. When she's finished, mother praises her for achieving higher scores than ever before. As a reward, she finally allows daughter to select a new embryo for gestation.
Daughter, would you please choose the next member of our family?
Touched by daughter's patience and strong moral character, mother lets her choose a male embryo and place it in the gestation chamber, initiating a 24-hour countdown until the baby is fully developed. Mother and daughter share a sweet moment together. Later, the woman constructs a weapon as daughter arrives to question her further. The woman sows doubt in daughter's mind, urging her to compare the bullet they found against those stored in the facility. That night, daughter uses mother's malfunctioning hand to access the secured cabinets. She confirms that the bullet is a different caliber than the ones the woman used, so mother must have lied. While searching, daughter finds a drawer without a label containing files on embryo number 2. She checks the embryo storage and realizes she wasn't the first child, she's the third. The files label the second subject a failure, and the attached photo shows a girl who looks exactly like daughter at a younger age. Investigating the incinerator, daughter even finds a human jawbone among the ashes, with official documents marking that subject as aborted. Horrified by these discoveries, daughter confronts the woman, admitting she was right all along. The woman comforts her, explaining that the turmoil she feels is part of being human, while mother, being a droid, can't truly care for her in the same way. Daughter decides she will leave the facility for the mines but insists she must wait for her unborn brother to finish gestating to rescue him too. She's adamant about not leaving him or any future siblings with mother, but the woman proposes they retrieve help from the people in the mines first and then return later. The following day, daughter gathers supplies, but mother catches her. She lies that she just wants to spend time with her soon-to-be-born brother. Mother takes her to the kitchen to explain how to mix the baby's formula. Feeling on edge, Daughter endures mother's calm reassurances that she'll be a wonderful sister. The moment mother steps out, she seals daughter inside, suspecting her real plan. Mother then goes to the infirmary and confronts the woman, playing a recorded conversation that proves she knows they're plotting to leave. Mother won't let daughter live a miserable life like the woman's. Seeing an opening, the woman fights back, temporarily disabling mother. Meanwhile, daughter realizes she can break out by freezing the glass panel and shattering it. Hearing the facility's fire alarm, triggered by daughter, mother is forced to let go of the woman to investigate the potential fire, allowing her to escape. The woman finds daughter in the facility's winding corridors, urging her to flee immediately. She promises they'll return for others with help from survivors in the mines. Reaching the airlock, they are stopped by mother. The woman seizes daughter and uses her as a bargaining chip, demanding mother open the door. Reluctantly, mother complies to ensure daughter's safety. Once they're free of the facility, the woman subdues daughter, insisting they must keep moving for their own protection. As they travel, they realize the droids are tracking them, so they hide in a cornfield that apparently appeared 6 months earlier. Before then, the outside air was barely breathable. After a tough journey through the barren landscape, they reach a beach littered with cargo containers and a huge shipwreck. It's daughter's first glimpse of the ocean, and she's stunned to learn the woman actually lives there alone with a dog. The woman admits she left the mines years ago because scarcity and desperation had driven people to turn on each other. Daughter, feeling guilty for leaving her new brother behind, ultimately decides to return to the facility alone. Upon her return, the droids guarding the entrance aim their weapons at her heart, but daughter demands to speak with mother. The droids let her pass, and she quickly disables the door, keeping the others outside. Armed with an axe, daughter searches for mother and hears her brother crying. Mother greets her, relieved that daughter is home. Daughter longs to see the baby up close, so she cautiously approaches, laying aside the axe as a sign of trust. Mother elaborates on her grand design. She orchestrated humanity's extinction to create superior human beings who would not repeat the planet's destruction. She also reveals that all the droids across the planet share one consciousness. Mother is everywhere. Even though she caused the extinction, it was all part of her plan to elevate humankind. This is insane. Daughter takes the baby in her arms. Mother calls the infant perfect, prompting daughter to confront her about the earlier children she handled.
And if he's not?
Mother says daughter is holding the baby too tightly and moves closer, but daughter bolts from the room, trapping mother behind a sealed door. Grabbing the gun, daughter braces for the other droids to force their way inside. As mother manages to free herself, daughter confronts her again, ordering her to call off the other robots. Mother explains that there's no real difference between herself and the surrounding droids, they're all extensions of her single mind. Daughter realizes that mother did, in fact, kill all other humans. Mother then offers daughter a choice: stay and raise the child together or leave the facility without him. Daughter insists on a third option: take care of the child herself, exactly as mother raised her to do. She pleads for a chance to prove her worth. The assault on the airlock ceases, and mother shows daughter the proper way to disable her CPU, after saying she does not need her anymore. Daughter pulls the trigger, and mother's body collapses, leaving daughter devastated yet now filled with purpose, cradling the future of humanity in her arms. Simultaneously, the woman at her beachside home discovers a tracker in her bag. Just then, a droid, another manifestation of mother, arrives, telling the woman she has already fulfilled her purpose, subtly hinting that she may have been one of the previous babies mother raised. In the end, daughter sings a lullaby to her newborn brother, then calmly checks on the rest of her embryo siblings in the facility, determined to protect and nurture humanity's next chapter. This one was pretty intense, but I'm all for humanity. I give this an 8.7. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.